Hello students, today we are going to discuss the chapter number 13, that is evolution of life. And in this lecture we mainly focus on evolution of prokaryotic life. Myself Dr. Harkrishan from Government National College Sirsa. In our last sections we studied a lot about origin of origin of primitive life on primitive earth having reducing atmospheric conditions. We studied about origin of life from non-living material by a complex chemical evolution which is known as which was called as chemogeny. This chemogeny was occurred about 3500 million years ago and resulted in the formation of a cell-like structure having a power of division. These cell-like structures were named as pre-cell or protobionts or eubionts. Later on, these protobionts they evolved themselves into various kinds of prokaryotic cells like Monera, which include bacteria, cyanobacteria, and mycoplasma. They finally evolved themselves into eukaryotes. As we have already studied various theories about origin of primitive prokaryotic life, but out of them there are two main theories. One among them is operant theory and the second is modern view. According to operant theory, the conservates having nucleoproteins they were evolved into first cellular organism, and with the due course of time their various parts they become modified due to mutation in their nucleic acids. And according to modern view, the life originated in primitive oceans as a free naked gene which evolved into long chain macromolecule of nucleic acids. Later on, these gene like molecules they gathered protein around themselves and produced virus like organisms. By gathering other molecules and forming a phospholipid membrane, the virus like organisms they evolved into prokaryotic cell like structure which was comparable with the present day bacteria. So both of you suggest that the prokaryotic cells have originated much earlier than the eukaryotic cells. So here we are comparing both of the theories. The first theory is operance theory, according to which the operant theory suggests that the microspheres or conservates having uh, nucleoproteins they evolved themselves into prokaryotic life, and the second view, that is modern view, it suggests that uh, life was originated in the form of naked gene which evolved themselves into long chain macromolecules of nucleic acids. These nucleic acids got surrounded by some proteins and they formed the virus like structure. Later on, these virus like structure they uh, wrapped inside a phospholipid layer which acted as membrane and resulted in the formation of prokaryotic or eukaryotic cells. So here we are showing some pics of prokaryotic and eukaryotic uh, organisms. In prokaryotic, there are various examples like bacteria, E. coli, and bacteria colony. There are cyanobacteria, etc. And in case of eukaryotes, there are human beings, plants, animals, etc. So the next is characteristics of prokaryotic cells or characteristics of prokaryotic life. There are various characteristics of prokaryotes, such as nucleus. As we know, the prokaryotes they lack true nucleus, having nucleolus or nuclear membrane. Similarly, their genetic material is also haploid, circular, double-stranded DNA molecule without associated proteins, that is histone or non-histone proteins. Such primitive kind of nucleus was called nucleoid or prochromosome. Simply, we can say that there is absence of true nucleus in case of prokaryotes. The number of genes they range between 700 to 6000. So we can say the prokaryotes they have small genome as compared to eukaryotes. The second character is cell wall. The cell wall, if present, made up of peptidoglycans or murin. The peptidoglycan is a polymer of neuropeptide. The third is cytoplasm. The cytoplasm of prokaryotes was very dense and without cyclosis. The next is cell organelle. The prokaryotes they lack true cell organelle or the cell organelle having membrane bound structure like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, chloroplast, Golgi complex, and microtubules. They were totally absent in case of prokaryotes. Only the ribosome, that is 70s ribosome, was present as cell organelle, and it is made up of RNA and proteins. There are two subunits of 70s ribosome, that is 50s, which is larger subunit, and a 30s, that is smaller subunit. The next is respiratory enzyme. Due to absence of mitochondria or other membrane bound cell organelle, the respiratory enzymes were associated with the plasma membrane. When we talk about flagellum, uh, there was a single flagellum for locomotion, and that was not differentiated into axonemes or protoplasmic sheet. Now come to endocytosis and exocytosis, they were also totally absent. The cell division, it was present in the form of amitosis. There was no mitotic or meiosis. Cell divide themselves only by amitosis type of cell division. So here is the figure of typical prokaryotic cells showing cell wall, cell membrane, then there was a flagellum, some kind of fimbriae, they were also present. The haploid genome without a well defined nucleus or without a membrane bound structure. Now come to the nature of first prokaryotic cell. The first prokaryotic cells or organisms, they were anaerobes because of there was no free oxygen at the time of origin of life. These anaerobic prokaryotic cells, they derived their energy by the process of glycolysis, which is also present in all the animals of present day. These anaerobic prokaryotic cells were heterotrophic as they derived their nutrition from organic compound present in primitive sea. They were also known as chemoheterotrophs. The main cause of heterotrophs is the small number of genes in their chromosome. Therefore, there was a limited capacity of biosynthesis. These anaerobic chemoheterotrophs, they absorbed more and more nutrients from the surrounding medium, which resulted in increased their size. And to restrict their size, these chemoheterotrophs started cell division and increased their number. These anaerobic heterotrophic prokaryotic organisms, they were the first possible ancestor of all the existing organisms. Along with absorption of nutrients, there was some other mode of nutrition like parasitism, saprophytism, predation, or animalism. As the number of chemoheterotrophs increased, the nutrients they begin to disappear gradually and exhausted from seawater. This led to the evolution of several other mode of nutrition such as parasitism. Some organisms which were not able to synthesize their own food, they started living on or within the body of other living cells and obtained their nutrition from them. This mode of existence is known as parasitism, and these individuals they were named as parasites. For example, Monera virus and few protista they are still parasitic. The second mode of nutrition was saprophytism, as the some organisms they started feeding on dead or decaying matters or dead or decaying cells. Several bacterial group they adopted this method. And the third is predation or animalism. This was animal like way of eating in which one organism eat others either whole or apart to obtain their food. Now the stages of evolution of prokaryotic life. There were four basic stages. The first one was chemoheterotrophs. They were not able to synthesize their food, they just derived their nutrition from surrounding medium. The second stage was chemosynthesis or chemoautotrophs. They synthesized their food by some chemical reaction. The third one was anoxygenic photoautotrophs, means they synthesize their food by using sunlight. And the last one or the fourth stage was aerobic photoautotrophs, means they synthesized their food by using sunlight in presence of oxygen. Now let's have a detailed discussion about all these stages. The first stage was origin of chemosynthesis or chemoautotrophs. As we know, the early prokaryotes they were heterotrophs and they consumed all the organic nutrients present in the sea or ocean soap. Now there was a limitation or there was only few nutrients in the sea, so these organisms they struggled for their existence. With the depleting supply of organic compounds, the sum of chemoheterotrophs they evolved into anaerobic prokaryotic chemoautotrophs. They simply used the inorganic compound in synthesis of their organic food in presence of enzymes by use of some chemical energy. As the reaction is showing, they use carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide to synthesize their organic food, and the water and sulfur they were released in the form of waste. The chemical energy for this type of reaction was obtained by simple and inefficient process of fermentation. As the reaction showing the process of fermentation in which carbohydrates they were splitted or break down into alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy in presence of enzymes. Limitation of this reaction was the energy released is very less or in few amount. These early fermentative or anaerobic chemoautotrophs they were similar to our present day anaerobic bacteria and yeast. Possible force for this kind of evolution was mutation. which was induced by some kind of ultraviolet radiation present on primitive Earth. This mutation also provided a selective advantage to the mutant cells, having capability to synthesize their own food from inorganic compounds. The natural selection also favored the existence of such kind of anaerobic chemoautotrophs, which can be compared with the present day deep sea sulfur bacteria, nitrifying bacteria, and iron bacteria. The evolution of such kind of chemoautotrophs just increased the chances of survival and evolution of primitive organisms. These chemoautotrophs they released large amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that created a new path for the utilization of carbon dioxide in synthesizing the organic compounds by trapping solar energy. They were the first forerunner of photosynthetic cells. Now come to the second stage, that is origin of anoxygenic photoautotrophs. The anoxygenic was because of absence of oxygen. With the increased number of chemoautotrophs resulted in the deficiency of inorganic compounds. In such condition, the sum of chemoautotrophs they synthesized chlorophyll like green pigments from the magnesium porphyrin of the ocean water. They trapped sunlight to synthesize their organic food. These early pigments were porphyrin and developed spontaneously by molecular aggregation, which later on evolved into bacteriochlorophyll. Such anaerobic prokaryotic photoautotrophs were developed around 3500 million years ago. These photosynthetic cells or photoautotrophs they were anaerobic. They did not use water, hence they not released any kind of oxygen molecule. Similar to present day sulfur bacteria, they cleaved hydrogen sulfide into hydrogen and sulfur. The hydrogen was used in the synthesis of organic compounds, and the sulfur was released as a waste product. As the reaction is showing, the carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide they reacted in presence of solar energy, and the photosynthetic pigment they used to trap solar energy resulted in the formation of organic food, that is carbohydrates, along with water and sulfur. Now come to the third stage, that is origin of aerobic photoautotrophs. As we know, the bacteriochlorophyll they are not much efficient, hence some of the prokaryotes they underwent mutational changes in their molecular structure to form the true chlorophyll. These true chlorophyll they organized into concentrated lamellar unit together with enzymes to form a photosynthetic system. This change, that is origin of photosynthetic system, enabled the early prokaryotes to synthesize carbohydrates by using water as hydrogen source in place of sulfides and other organic compound as shown in the reaction. CO2 and water they reacted in presence of sunlight, uh, which was trapped by chlorophyll, resulted in the formation of organic food along with molecular oxygen. So at this stage there was evolution of oxygen. The first oxygenic and anaerobic photoautotrophs they were cyanobacteria, that is blue green algae, and they were believed to be evolved about 3300 to 3500 million years ago. The photograph showing the cyanobacteria or blue green algae, which were the possible ancestor of present day aerobic photoautotrophs. These were first oxygenic and aerobic photoautotrophs. Here again we are showing different stages of evolution of prokaryotic life. As we studied, the first stage was chemoheterotrophs. They simply obtained their nutrition from surrounding medium in the form of organic food. The second stage was chemosynthesis or chemoautotrophs. They synthesized their food from inorganic material by using some chemical energy. The third was anoxygenic photoautotrophs, in which they synthesize their food under anaerobic condition by using sunlight. And the fourth one is aerobic photoautotrophs, in which they synthesize their food by using sunlight under aerobic condition or in presence of oxygen. In this way, we studied a lot about origin of life and evolution of primitive life or prokaryotic organisms like bacteria, cyanobacteria, and mycoplasm. Earlier, we studied about origin of prokaryotic life, as we discussed two theories, that is Oparin theory and the modern view of origin of prokaryotic life. Then we studied about characteristics of prokaryotes, about their nucleus, cell wall, cytoplasm, cell organelles, respiratory enzyme, flagella, endocytosis, cell division. Later on, we discussed about nature of first prokaryotic cells, that is, they were anaerobic and heterotrophic. They increased their size by absorbing nutrition from surrounding material. Then we discussed other mode of nutrition, that is parasitism, saprophytism, predation, and animalism. Later on, we discussed various stages of evolution of prokaryotes like chemoautotrophs, chemoheterotrophs, chemoautotrophs, anoxygenic photoautotrophs, and aerobic photoautotrophs. Then the first stage was chemoautotrophs, means they synthesized their organic food by use of some chemical energy obtained from fermentation. Then the second stage was origin of anoxygenic photoautotrophs, means they synthesize their food by trapping sunlight under anaerobic conditions. And the third or final stage was origin of aerobic photoautotrophs, means they synthesize their food by trapping sunlight in presence of oxygen. Thank you.